Today, I want to tell you about a habit that is going to greatly help you improve your English. First, I need to tell you that if you want to really improve your English, you just need to practice every single day. That's it. That's the bottom line. Of course, you need to practice with this, with that. That is a different conversation. But what you need to do is practice every single day. That said, there is a habit. Actually, there's a couple of habits. I'm going to make a couple of videos about this. There are some habits that can greatly help you practice every day. Those habits that are going to give you more energy, they're going to help you be more focused on when you're going to study English, habits that are going to make you less lazy and everything else. The first one I want to talk about is physical exercise. I know it might be a little silly or it might be a little like weird because actually we learn language with the mind, right? So how come doing physical exercise is going to help you improve your English? But trust me, come with me on this one. The first thing that physical exercise is going to do for you is improve your levels of energy. This might sound a little counterintuitive because, after all, you're spending energy on the exercise. So, how come you're going to improve your levels of energy if you do physical exercise? The thing is that our bodies were made to move. And when you move, your body gets happy. Your body's doing what it was born to do. And so, it's going to give you more energy to keep doing that. So, you're going to actually realize this. If you spend a whole day sitting on your ass at home, just using the computer, you're going to feel greatly tired all the time. But if you go for a walk around the block, you're going to come back home feeling more energized than when you left. That's the effect that physical exercise has on us. And the more interesting, the more intense the exercise you make, the more energy you're going to get from it. So this is going to help you practice more English because if you practice your physical exercise consistently every day, a little bit every day, you're going to notice your baseline energy level increasing a lot. A lot. You're going to feel a lot less tired when you wake up. You're going to sleep better at night, and then you're going to have more energy to do your stuff throughout the day. You're going to feel the need to take less breaks, and that translates to more time for your English practice, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So that's the first thing that exercise is going to do for you, is going to increase your energy levels. The second thing it's going to do is that it's going to make you a lot more confident in two fronts. First, when you do physical exercise, you are overcoming obstacles. I remember when I started doing exercises, I could barely do 3 pull-ups. That was it. Today, I do 3 sets of 10 pull-ups in an exercise session, in a training session. So I can do many more pull-ups than I could do in the past. And when you feel that you can accomplish that, when you feel that you came from here and now you're here, that makes you more confident, and that's gonna make you more certain that you can overcome the obstacles that English puts in your way. When you listen to that American guy, that accent American guy speaking super fast, you're gonna be able to stick to it. You're going to be able to try and try more because you have already felt the pain of exercise. You're already confident you can do something hard. And so you can do this hard thing too. It's just one more hard thing to do. And so when you progress in your exercises, you're going to feel more confident in your ability to overcome obstacles. And another way in which exercises make you more confident is that you're going to look better. And whether you want it or not, looking good is very important for us. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel more confident. So when you look good, your levels of confidence naturally increase. And when you want to speak English, you need to be confident, to put yourself out there, to use your English, to express yourself, to share your opinions. You need to be. You need to be confident. And so the physical confidence, physical exercise gives you is going to help you in that. Imagine if you need to practice your English, you are already a little unconfident about it, and then you are also unconfident about the way your body looks. Besides worrying about English, you're worrying about the shirt you're wearing is making you look fat, for example. And then when you start looking better from physical exercise, you only have to worry about one thing. You only worried about your English because you know you are looking good in your t-shirt, in your tank top, in your dress, whatever you're wearing. So physical exercise is going to make you confident in these two fronts. First, you're going to improve your ability to overcome obstacle, and you're also going to look better. That's going to make you more confident for your English practice later. And then there is one more thing that is super important. English gives you a very, very good reward, and so does physical exercise. You see, when I say that you need to practice English every day, many people actually don't do that because they spend, or rather, they waste all their time doing anything else. Normally, that anything else is scrolling on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and so on. And so when you do physical exercise, this activity, this habit is going to give you a reward that is much more fulfilling and lasting than the quick dopamine you get from video games and social media. For example, when you start training, you're not going to see much apparent physical change in the first 3 months, but you will feel yourself getting stronger. In the beginning, you could maybe do like 3 push-ups, and now you can do 10. And this sort of reward doesn't go away fast. For example, I have been consistently training for a year and a half or so, and my body is starting to look good. Now, if I stop training today, my arm is not going to get smaller tomorrow. I'm going to keep this arm for a while, for like 3 weeks or so before I notice any meaningful differences. And then when I see that my arm is getting a little smaller, I'm going to want to go back to training because I don't want to lose that thing that I have conquered. Because this is the result of my efforts, and I don't want to lose that. And it's a very fulfilling reward. And English is the same. When you're practicing English, your English is going to get better. And if you stop today, it's gonna take a while before you start to rust. But you will eventually rust. And when you notice you're rusting, you're going to want to go back to practice. You're going to want to feel that good reward again. Plus, since the reward you get from exercise and practicing English is way more fulfilling than the cheap dopamine from video games and social media, you're going to start to feel guilty when you waste your time doing those lesser activities. And so that discomfort, that guilt you're going to feel, it's good because it's going to make you want to move. When you're there scrolling on Instagram, you're going to feel like, oh man, I should be doing something a little more rewarding. I should be doing something a little more fulfilling. I know I could be doing better because that's the sensation physical exercise is going to give you. And then you're going to want to go for a walk around the block. Then you're going to want to go do some pull-ups on the park nearby. And then your energy levels are going to rise. And then you're going to go home energetic and you're going to sit down and practice some English afterwards. Yeah, that really happens. That guilt you feel when you're doing jack shit is going to help you move. But it's only going to help you move once you have contact with the more fulfilling reward that comes from physical exercise and English practice. And many people might think, okay, I'm convinced, but what physical exercise should I do? And then that is a hard question to answer because I believe that each person is going to be more comfortable, is going to like something different. For example, I like boxing, I like climbing, I really like swimming as well. I don't like running as much, but I force myself to run because it's important. I like to go to the gym a little bit, but I really, really like calisthenics over the gym any day of the week. And so my honest answer is that you're gonna have to test. You're gonna have to test one thing or two to see which one you like more. So go to the gym for like 3 months every day to see how you feel. And then if it's really not your cup of tea, then you can try calisthenics for 3 months. Dedicate to it and see how it goes. And then try some swimming to see how it goes, to see what you really like. But my advice is start with something you don't need to pay for. Start with something that is free so that you don't feel the pressure of paying for something, of going somewhere. Oh, this is a big one. If I have to physically move far from my home to exercise, I am less likely to exercise. I am in Bulgaria right now with my brother, and the exercise I'm doing is basically all in the park that is right in front of the building of the Airbnb we are. I can actually see the park from my window. It's like a 10-minute walk if I go very, very slowly. And so it's very easy to exercise. I have a low barrier. If you have to pay and you have to move away from your house too much, then you're going to be less likely to exercise. So choose something that is free and something that is easy to do. Normally, running is something very easy to do that you don't have to spend any money. Calisthenics, home calisthenics, like start doing some squats in your house, some push-ups. If you can't do the full push-ups, put your knees on the ground so you can do that. And YouTube is a very nice place to start learning about that. I actually have on my channel 2 videos explaining how to do push-ups for beginners and how to do pull-ups for beginners. Both of those are in English, so you can go check it out and learn how to do some push-ups and pull-ups. You can start there. Or you can put on YouTube, for example, how to do body weight squats, for example. How to do body weight squats. And they're going to have tons of videos explaining the correct posture for you to do a correct squat, and you can start training in your room. And it's already going to give you some interesting reward. Of course, like I said, the more you move, the more intense the exercise, the more you are going to feel those rewards, the energy, the overcoming obstacles, and that result that is very, very nice to get. So you need to put a little effort. Start slow, but progressive overload until you get to higher levels. Plus, you can use that to learn more English because you can look up how to do the exercises in English. You're gonna get a lot of new vocabulary. You're gonna learn how to call the parts of your body that you didn't know before. You're gonna know the names of new exercises, of new equipment. Do I need to get this fancy new equipment? What is it called? How much it costs? You're gonna start practicing your English in different ways as well. So yeah, those are all the benefits of doing physical exercise for English learning. I know these work because after I started doing physical exercise regularly, I said it was like a year and a half ago or so, I got a lot smarter. And I was able to use all of these benefits I told you to learn a little bit of Italian. I spent like 2 months in Italy with my brother. I think it was June and July. Yes. And I used all of this to learn a little bit of Italian there. I was confident because I know I look a lot better than I used to. I have overcome tons of obstacles on my physical journey, and so the obstacles of Italian were nothing to me. They still aren't. I have the energy to focus on Italian, to watch a full-length Italian class on YouTube if I have to. So I'm not making this up. These things that I'm telling you are things that I do myself. So you should try it as well. And if you want to practice a lot of English too, you could join my English community on WhatsApp. There are lots of Brazilians there, but everybody is welcome, especially Italians. I really like Italians now. That's it. So start doing your physical exercise today. Try it and then tell me how you feel. Go.